Hi everybody. Welcome back. I got a a little tip for you. So I 3D printed this base for a little project that I'm working on. And some people always have problems like filling in these drain holes and things like that. Or they use putty to fill them in, or they'll use other stuff like maybe resin and UV curing and stuff like that. They'll backfill it with something, but that I'm not too keen on doing that when they're very deep gaps and holes, because don't forget that when you're printing, everything is done in layers, and very thin layers. So as your machine goes down, you get UV cure in place, and it's a very thin layer that is done. But when you start filling in, and if you don't do it a little bit at a time, what I notice is certain things start leaching if you don't cure it properly, and it could ruin your kit. So I'm not too keen on doing that method unless they're little potholes and things from your printing. I'll use it that way, or it's a very, very thin backfilled gap that is done already, and you can fill it in and then sand it. That's good for that. But if we're doing like very deep seams and holes, I try to use either putty or some other method. For filling in these 4 holes that I got here, these are the ones that are going to be showing. Another piece of the kit's going to be sitting here, so it's going to be covering. So I'm not too worried about that. I'm going to putty these seams and work on those. But for the holes, this tip was from Gilbert from Red Dragon Model Works. He taught me how to do this. Now I had picked up for another project these rotted tubes. All right, and these are styrene, very soft plastic. They're easy to carve and cut and all that. So I've been using these, or you can use a sprue from model kit. All the sprues where all the things come in attached. You can use those tubings. They come in all different diameters in those boxes if you save them. I have one, but they were too big for using it for this project, so I had to go and get my my rod and tube kit. And what I did is, just to fit it in, it was just a little bit too. The holes are too small for the rod, so I just bored it with the hand drill. All right, and I can fit it in. Now, okay, so what I do, okay, and this is a little trick that Gilbert taught me, is I get a little CA glue. All right, and I'll glue the very tip of it. Put a little bit on there. All right. And then I'll stuff the first one. Okay. And I'll get one of my cutters here. All right, I'll cut it as close as I can to the. Okay, just like that. You got a little piece sticking out. Let that dry a little bit. And start messing it. Then move on to the next one. Put a little CA glue. This is just quick little tip for you guys. Very quick and easy fix. And you're not going to be, once you're done with this, you're not going to be able to tell that there was a hole there. Alright. I don't want to get my hands with glue, so I can put that there. Cut it. Alright. Next one. There's a little project that I'm working on the side. And I'm not going to say what it's for because I don't want to say until but just a little quick tip. Maybe I'll add it, as by itself, or maybe I'll add it to the painting process or whatever. But okay, and then one more. Right here. I still got a lot of sanding to do on this kit, and a lot of trimming, because it's going to be a mod. So And just a little, that's alright. Goes a little deep. Alright. And that's it. Okay, so let's put this back in, put it aside. Alright, so the next thing you're going to do is you're going to grab a nice sharp knife. You're just going to carve as much as you can to get it flush. That's pretty good. Then once you get everything done, you won't be able to tell. So what I do is I have all different types of sanding sticks and files and what do you call it? Let me get some over here so I can show you. I got these sanding sponges. And you can cut them to size if you want from this bay. Okay, you can start with a larger, thicker grit to and then I got more of these that are 3M that are really, really fine, and I'll go down to that maybe. Alright, well, let's start with you know what, let's go over here. Get one of these. Should be fine. I already used this one. Alright, so I get in there and start sanding. Another trick that Gilbert showed me is let me cut this down a little bit. I think this one's dry already, so feels dry. Alright, I'm going to leave it just like a little hair of a bump there so I can show you. And where's my Sharpie? Where's my Sharpie? That's not my Sharpie. Okay. That's what you can do is you can put a mark. Alright. Alright. Once you get all that down to the same, then you'll know that you got to the Alright. Once you get rid of that mark, you know that you're going to get a nice smooth finish. And once you prime that, you're not going to be able to see any trace of a hole. Alright. So let's do the last one up here. Again, let's carve it. It's nice and easy. Don't try to ruin your kit. Leave a little bit on there so we can. There's a little schmeckle there. There's a little bit too high of a bump there. I don't want to be sanding here all day. And show you. I want to show you guys how this is done. All right. So you can want to use your mark. Okay. I'm trying to do it this way. Okay. Now you can smooth the get a thinner. I would go like maybe I got a up to 2500 grit here. I can go that and just smooth this thing really, really good. But this is a piece of concrete. You don't want to get it too smooth. You know what I mean? If it's a face or something like that, then or something smooth, then yeah. But you know, this is concrete. You can leave it a little rough. So you want to leave a little texture. Should be doing this with my hand. I want to show you guys. Just don't be distracted. Okay, so there. Right there. You can run your nail through it. That's a little bit. You can feel it. There we go. Alright. There's some more right there. That's it. There you go. That's it. Look how smooth that came out. And once you prime it, you won't be able to tell that the holes are ever there. Alright, just a little tip right there. You know, from my friend Gilbert. You know, check out his channel. You know, he's always got little tips like this on his channel and stuff like that. So, you know, go get the subscribe over there, because he's always putting up really cool tips on how to do stuff. And this is one that I really, you know, it's really helped me out a lot. So once you prime that, you shouldn't see any. It's as smooth as butter. All right, so you won't be able to see any bumps or anything when you prime it, and it's going to look like nothing was ever there. All right, I've done this with heads with hair, and the styrene is so easy to sculpt because it's a soft plastic, so you can carve it, you can line it, you can do whatever you want to do with that kind of stuff, and it's very easy to work with. And you know, because I print my heads upside down, I have a drain hole usually on the bottom of the head, and I'll sculpt the hair out, and I'll fill in the hole with this. Sometimes I'll put a little putty in there because you need it for the hair or whatever, but most of the time I usually don't. I just leave a little bit of extra and just carve it out and work it around the hair and try to match it up, and then sand it, and it comes out usually pretty good, you know. So, you know, that's it. I have to go and work on this other stuff now. I got a lot of other grinding and sanding, more sanding to do, but I'm going to go do that now. And depending how I post this video, don't forget that I have a giveaway going out, you know, this first week of January for the 500 subscribers, and I'm almost there. I think it was like the last time I looked, I only need 7 more. So, you know, hit the like and subscribe, and follow the rules for the giveaway. Okay, just make sure you follow the rules, because otherwise you won't enter. Okay, thank you very much. Have an awesome day. Peace.